Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A brother asked me concerning the issue or the reason why Islam evolved over time. The question was about how does Islam come about? How does it come about? Because sometimes it's a very dying question that many people do ask to verify or to have reasons for their understanding why Islam has been a religion to the people of the Arab and also to some people in the Europe who are moved diaspora and also to those in the Africans who are Muslims. I'll briefly speak on the reason why Islam came about, how Islam was evolved over time. Before then, I would like to understand the fact that, brothers and sisters, we Muslims, we don't have problem with the Christians or the Jews or the Buddhists or the Hindus or different parts of religious groups in different parts of the world. We don't have problem with that. Our issue here is that we are trying to create a unity amongst our brothers and sisters from different Abrahamic faiths and also from other faiths as well. Now we look at it that Islam started from the family of Ibrahim. Ibrahim in Arabic, Abraham in English, and Abraham in the Hebrew. Now look at it as it goes this way, that time of Abraham or Ibrahim had two sons. It was said that before he had the final son Isaac, he had a son Ishmael. When the wife Sarah and Abraham reached their old age, unwilling, they were not able to give birth. And Sarah volunteered that Abraham had intercourse with a slave, and that happened that when Abraham decided to have intercourse with a slave, because Abraham initially objected to that. He objected to that because he saw it was not right due to the love he had for his wife, Sarah. But Sarah insisted and saying he should do so. And fortunately, he did that. And when he had intercourse with Hagar, it was said an Egyptian woman who became a slave in the house of Abraham for Sarah, then led to her being pregnant for Ismail. Ismail in Arabic, Ishmael in Hebrew. Now, then when she got pregnant, she gave birth to that child. And when that child was given birth, it was said that it was a blessing. And that blessing led to the child being named Ishmael. God hears. And Ishmael lived with Abraham, and Abraham loved him. It was said Abraham loved him so much, to the extent God had to put him into test. According to many books of the Hadith or Tariq of Muslims and even the Quran, we agreed that it was Ishmael that God wanted to use for sacrifice, due to the fact that to test Abraham or Abraham, his faith, whether his faith remains firm, despite if this child is used for sacrifice. He ordered Abraham to use the child for sacrifice. Then Abraham took that child to Mount Moriah, hoping to use that child for sacrifice until eventually God provided him with ram. Now, in the Christians or the Jews, basically the Jews, who were aforetime before the Christian, the Jews believed that it was not Ismail or Ishmael, it was Isaac. Later on, 14 years after, God blessed Sarah with a child, due to the fact that when God blessed Sarah with a child as the promise, as they say, and that was recorded in the Bible. Go to the book of Genesis chapter 18, verse 21 down. Then it was said, after which he had given birth to a child, Sarah gave birth to a child, then Sarah became jealous of Ishmael, because it seemed that Abraham loved Ishmael a lot. And with that, he would mock and laugh at, and he would have problem with Ishmael, to the extent that the son Isaac was laughing a lot. And when he was laughing a lot, that led to the name Isaac. Isaac means Ishaq. Ishaq means from the Hebrew word Ishaq, from the Arabic word Ishaq. Then it means what? The one who laughs. So with that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed both of them. But you see the line of Ishaq led to Yaqub alayhi salam. Yaqub alayhi salam had 12 sons. Then from two wives. How? Yaakov wanted to marry Rachel, but Rachel was a very beautiful woman, but he served the father, which the father then was saying, oh, before you marry one of my daughters, you have to serve me. So he served the father for 7 years, and then after which the father gave Leah, after he had dressed Leah, to disguise her, to make it look as if it was Rachel, and after which, when the rite was done, then Jacob opened the veil and saw it was Leah. He was angry. When the tradition says that the first daughter must be married before the subsequent daughters. Then after which he served the man for under 7 years, but yet got married to Leah, and married then after which he married to Rachel. So he married two wives. Both of them had their children. It was said Rachel had two daughters, two sons. And there was Benjamin, which is a list of them, and the other was Yusuf, as Joseph. The other 10 children came from Leah. It was said Leah had first 4 children, which were very important in the history of the faith of Christianity and Judaism, and also that these children were known as Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and what? Judah. It was said Judah was the only son after when they all got jealous. The first 10 brothers got jealous of Yusuf alayhi salam, uh, Joseph, which is Joseph in the Bible, and also called Yosha in the Hebrew. He said that they were angry with him and they decided to take him along for a stroll, and which they all plotted to use him for either to kill him or to sell him for a trade. And that was what happened. They sold him to some traders, which they took him far away and handed him to Potiphar. It was a long story there. Please, I want just to summarize all. He grew up in Egypt, knowing the terms and conditions in Egypt, and all of a sudden, after he had saw the dream of the pharaohs, and he levitated him, and he became the minister in Egypt, where the brothers at the time were jealous. And Judah cried to God and said, oh God, forgive me for my sin. God, this I sacrificed myself. And at the end of the day, before the death of Yaqub alayhi salam, he blessed Judah and said, from your lineage, the scepter will follow. Prophets will come from you. It was said that from the tribe of Judah, prophets were descended. And only Moses came from Levi. Why? Moses that came from Levi, because he was born in a river close to River Nile. When the mother got there, having the pregnancy of Moses, when he gave birth to him, he took the child and put it inside something like a leaf, something like a pot, a folded, where they put child. So he put the child there, and all of a sudden the child stayed there for a while until Pharaoh's daughter saw the child and took the child, because she was yearning for a child, and she trained the child, being breastfed by the mother herself, who volunteered to breastfeed the child. And unfortunately, when the child grew up, he had the bloodline of a Jew from Hebrew bloodline and also an Egyptian. At the end of the day, it was said that he was walking by at one point in time, this Moses and Musa alayhi salam in Hebrew, and Musha in Hebrew, and Moses in English. He was walking by and saw two brothers fighting. It was said before that and was saw two brothers fighting. An Egyptian came in and decided to flog them and treat them badly. So since he was a Jew, he supported his brother, Jewish brother, and he attacked the Egyptian, and unfortunately for the Egyptian, he died. And one of the brothers, there were two people fighting. Was their names according to the book of the Shemot al-Rabbi. That's chapter 1, verse 29. One of the traditions of the Jewish scriptures or books recorded that the two persons were fighting were Datan and Habiram. And then when that Egyptian was killed, Datan cried out, oh, you killer. And he announced it to the people of Pharaoh, and they chased looking for Moses. And Moses ran away, protecting his life, and ran to a very far place called the Midian, where he met met two ladies fetching water. This was a very long story. After which he moved on. It was said that Moses, after he had grown in faith, he came back to like Allah's command, God's command, and decided to free the people of Israel who were suffering in Egypt. It was said that continued. The lineage after Moses, there were prophets, after all prophets upon prophets and upon prophets from that same line of Judah. It was said that the tribe of Judah, then Jesus Christ came up, the fourth son of Jacob.